And after a lot of soul searching, back and forth, I read all the transcripts, I watched the video. Again, one thing I noticed is that I hate seeing myself on TV. I've gained some pounds since then. But one thing I've learned from being on this board is uncertainty is a killer. People may not, we make decisions up here all the time. We're people, we make mistakes. And, but we shouldn't be crucified for mistakes. It's how we learn from them and promise to do better. And again, I've struggled with this decision. I know the arguments on both sides, and I respect the arguments on both sides. But with that, I'm gonna eliminate uncertainty. I'm not gonna go back on my earlier decision. Thank you.
Okay. Ms. Chima, have anything to share from the items from the board?
Is this my turn?
Yes, it is.
Okay. Just want to report one thing, that I was able to attend the Union City's General Plan Update Committee meeting electronically. So, Update team is hoping to develop a draft 2040 General Plan by the next quarterly meeting. Thank you.
Okay, thank you. Candace.
Okay, I just wanted to share that I had the privilege to attend a City District Collaborative yesterday, and it was very productive. So thank you for being a part of that. I was also able to attend the PASE Scholarship Dinner, and it's very rewarding to see all the wonderful works that people are doing for our students to help them become successful. As you know, not everyone comes with money to go to college as they want them. So I'm thankful to all the brave and generous donors and providing support for our students to help them reach their dreams. I'd like to wait for a few more minutes collecting my thoughts for my next comment. So I will pass for now, and with the hope that I could have an opportunity to speak again.
Alrighty, so Dr. Smith, comments, or Mr. Raja?
I just wanted to take this opportunity to word of congratulations to our food service director, Angela Nava. Oh, she's right there. She's been elected as the president of the Northern California School Nutrition Association. It is a pretty important position. She'll have a role to play in the policy making at the state level, and I want to congratulate you for that.
I'm good, thank you.
Okay. All righty. Ms. Parnell.
So again, I'm not going to belabor my position on the renaming of AMS, but to basically say to supporters and the opposition, again, this is not about the renaming so much as it is about the process or lack thereof. And so, as Charmaine pointed out, this is that nobody had opposed the renaming or the individuals that we intended to rename the school after. We are a policy-making board, and so again, I'm just going to remind this board that we've been presented with a notice that I'm sure President Ritchie will provide us some direction on where we go from here with regard to that notice. But again, we're a policy-making board. That is our primary function. So if we're going to make policies, I think that we would like to follow them. And it's, been a kind of a sore spot for me for this last couple of meetings, in that the two individuals, Iliana and Veracruz, were about social justice. And what that means is, and in my mind, is that we provide opportunities of equal access to social rights, to economic opportunity, and all of those things. And so it's really kind of ironic that this board has acknowledged that we have denied the access to a documented policy and process because we're so focused on what we all believe is the right thing to do. That's never been an issue with me. I think that these two gentlemen should be honored. I think it's very important that we recognize their contributions to the labor movement. But it kind of strikes me as odd that Iliana Veracruz and Cesar Chavez were all about social justice. And here we are, a policy-making board that are denying access to the process. So that's all I have to say about that.
Alrighty, well, I will start with the events comments. So I also attended the Passe Scholarship Luncheon and very much want to congratulate all the students and thank the community for the tremendous support of the scholarship provided to the students. So that was very impressive on both counts. Also, with regard to another event I attended was the Southern Alameda County Consortium on the Adult School Collaboration Celebration. It happened last Thursday, mouthful, but needless to say that there's been a tremendous amount of work that's been done. Dr. Smith was there as well, and in our collaboration with Newark, Fremont, and our schools here in Union City, a lot of work has been accomplished, and we have a very good plan for going forward for this next year. And such an important body of work to make sure that folks that didn't have a chance to graduate earlier on or need additional instruction have that opportunity. So look forward to hearing more updates about that. And I want to also thank the staff at our adult school, as well as the very sage and energetic and dedicated support that we have from our principal, Jessica Wilder. She's doing a tremendous job in my estimation. Then I also attended the joint New Haven Union City Council meeting last night, and we received update on the housing plans, and which are very significant throughout our city, and so a little bit of promise there for enrollment issues, although probably a ways out, and there's other areas for further collaboration, so I'm hopeful about that as well. And then with regard to the discussion for tonight, I too certainly appreciate the comments of both sides, if you will. And I think that staff and, if necessary, legal counsel can take a look at the letter received, the first letter read into document, although we did have a review of the situation at the time, 2 years ago, by our legal counsel, and did not have, there was not any warranted issues that came out of that evaluation from our legal counsel. So I think that we certainly have now officially found out that we have the financial situation is resolved by coalition. Excuse me, I'm talking. So the coalition has come forward and said they have provided $30,000 and will provide any additional funds available, any additional funds if required. So that is what the letter states. And so I welcome and appreciate the efforts of not only the elected officials, but also the labor organizations that are in collaboration with those individuals. So from my standpoint, until we hear otherwise, we are moving forward with the plan that we have, because that's the decision that we have. That's the decision we have. So I think that while we can learn going forward about maybe tweaking our process, we have a decision that was made. Ms. Canlis, did you have
I'm
something
good.
more?
I'm fine, thank you.
Okay, any other comments?
You mentioned we have, a response from legal counsel?
No, what I was saying is, at the time of the decision, and then there was a communication that came from those opposed to the renaming. And at that time, there was an evaluation, which you actually referenced last meeting, where did we have a problem with process, but did we violate the Brown Act? And that evaluation happened by legal counsel at that time.
Well, then you misunderstood my comments, because I was actually referencing, Ms. Mishahara's reference to the violation of the Brown Act and him not being able to meet that 30-day timeline.
Right.
So I was not making a comment about this board getting direction from legal counsel, so I just want to clear that up.
Okay. Did either of our co-superintendents recall the legal advice that we received at the time?
I think you should, before I speak, you should refer that to Ms. Canlis, who was president of the board at the time.
Okay.
At a time, we took a recess and we talked to, among ourselves, and what we received at the time was good. So if, for now, I would like to go back and have legal to relook at it just to make sure we're all kosher. But at the time, that was our understanding.
Well, first of all, this is a board affair, so if it's the pleasure of the board to direct staff in that direction.
Well, we have a letter that we've received, and so now we have a response. So is it the pleasure of the board to have a legal response to the letter that we've received?
I would think that would probably be most appropriate, so we don't dig ourselves into a bigger hole.
That's what I think we all think so.
Yes.
Yeah?
Yes.
Yes? Ms. Chima?
Yes.
Okay. That's what we were suggesting. Great. Anything further?
Again, I'm not clear on what you just asked us to do.
So we're asking our legal counsel to review the letter we received.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you. Alrighty. With that, now I'd like to move on to our consent agenda.